Hello and welcome to the channel. Now, I must have been 16 years old when I took custodianship of this Miner. Not only did I have to teach myself car maintenance, but I had to rebuild the engine to get it on the road so I could learn to drive. And all that was done through this trusty and well-worn Haynes manual. And we're very much in the digital era. So, can a teenager of this very digital era get hands-on and maintain a car of this era? Let's find out. So this is my son Oscar, who's just turned 13, and this is going to be his first introduction to car maintenance.
Yo.
So this is the traditional track for the Morris Minor, and that bar here slots under the car. You remove that rubber bung and it slots into there. But in the garage, I tend to use a trolley jack. So looking from underneath the car, this is the jacking point. Like I say, we remove that rubber and normally it goes into there. With the trolley jack, we can jack underneath here. There are also a couple of other places where we can use it safely. Okay, so the bar that you're holding at the moment is a tie bar. You wouldn't normally jack under that, but can you see this section here?
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
a metal section that goes all the way down there. Yeah, it goes down to about halfway down the car. That is another good place where we can put our trolley jack to jack up the car. So the third and final place where we can put a trolley jack is underneath the centre of the rear axle. So can you see there's a bar that goes between the two wheels at the back, and then there's a larger area in the middle.
Oh yeah.
You see that? Okay, right, so we can put the jack underneath that. The first thing we're going to do is take the hubcap off and loosen the road wheel nuts. Here you go. So we've got this special tool here, which slots in behind the nut. The hub, that's it. And if you give it a little twist, so if you twist it this way, it comes off. Okay?
Perfect, yeah.
Right, and then what we'll do is to keep that somewhere safe, we'll pop that behind the wheel out of the way, and then we can put that behind as well. We have got the correct socket. I know it's the correct one because it's the one I keep in the toolkit, but if you're going through the socket set which is behind you, you just find the right one that fits with the minimal amount of movement on it. Okay? Right, so we plug that in. Now, can you remember which way is to undo?
Clockwise.
Anti-clockwise to undo. Okay, so this one up and that one down.
Wait, what?
All right, so that one down, this one up, yeah?
Yeah.
So we need to work on your muscles, don't we? Right, next one, go for it. That's it, there you go.
Oh
see?
yeah, that makes
There
way
you
more
go.
sense, yeah.
Right, just undo it a little bit more.
Yeah.
Right, that's it, I'll do it for now. And then the next one. Just make sure it's pushed on. Make sure it's pushed right, that's it,
Yeah.
that's it. I think we need to give you an extra Weetabix for your breakfast. Okay, for the job we're doing today, we are going to jack it up at the front. So I want you to position that part of the jack centrally under one of those beams. Okay, so I would say bring it back towards you slightly. All right, now just with your hand, just jack that slightly so it goes up. So down, bring it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, so get it to about there. So you can see, are you happy with the positioning of that? And then what I'm going to do is just put a bit of wood under between the two so it's not metal on metal. And now just bring it up so they touch.
Yeah.
Yeah, you happy with that?
Yeah.
Okay, so now we can get the bar in here and jack it up properly. All right, so you've now jacked the car up and the car is now sitting on the jack. But it's important we don't work underneath the car while it's on the jack, because if the hydraulics go, it comes down while you're underneath it. So it's very important we support the car on axle stands. Same thing applies. We're going to push that underneath those long bars that run from the front to halfway down. Okay, so you can see if you can put the first one onto that side. Okay, so you can see where it narrows slightly.
Yes.
Yeah, so put it where it narrows slightly, and then you want to lift that centre bar up. That's it. And then the pin that's hanging down, big fat pin, wants to go right the way through. So you'll need to put it in from the other side, and that the holes need to line up. Yeah? So you need to turn the whole jack so it lines up with the pin.
Okay.
Okay, that's perfect. So now we need to do the same thing on this side. Okay, lovely. Right, now you need to get yourself out of there, and we need to let the jack down slowly so it the car comes down and rests on those axle stands, if you can get out of there. Right, to release the jack then, you get, as you say, you've got it on there, but you need to turn it anti-clockwise ever so slowly until the car starts moving. So, not a bit slower than that. A bit slower than that. Jack it back up again.
Yep.
The reason I say that is because the reason we do it slowly is we want to make sure we keep an eye on the car coming down on the stands so it actually sits on the stands where we want it to. Okay, so just, that's enough.
Okay.
All right, so do we need to adjust the stands at all?
Oh yeah, definitely we need to move this one over a bit.
Okay, perfect. That's it. So move.
Aligned.
That's it. Move that over.
Yeah.
Yeah, lovely. Okay. What about the other one?
The other one, I mean, it looked. Yeah.
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 I know it doesn't quite fit in the recess, but as long as it's lined up, then we're good to go. All right. So now we can let it down again slowly. Okay. So remember what I said? Nice and slowly. Kind of just get a feel for it. So yeah, it's that's it. That's a much better speed like that. Okay. And then when you feel as though the car's settled.
Yeah.
Yeah. Has it settled on the stands? Does it look safe?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Okay. All right. Now we can let it all the way down and we move the jack out of our way. Before we get underneath and we're going to do drain the oil, okay? But we might as well take this road wheel off because that's going to give us a little bit more space to work with in our very tight garage. Okay, so you know what you've got to do? You take your T-bar, yeah? And then loosen those nuts off. Okay, you should be able to do it quite easy. No, don't tighten them, loosen them. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. Do you want to have a go at taking the wheel off?
Sure.
It's going to be heavy, so hand either side. No, one at either side, and slightly underneath, so you can take the weight of it when it comes off. Lovely, perfect.
That's way heavier than I thought.
That's good. All right, now wheel that towards me, and then we'll just pop that out of the way. Okay, our next job now is to get underneath the car. Okay, now this is the engine sump, so this holds the engine oil. Okay, so we've both been out for a little drive earlier, haven't we? So it's warmed up, which is what you want. Now we need to undo that nut that's on the side there and make sure we catch all of the oil. We're going to pop this bowl underneath. All right, can you see what we've got to do?
Yeah.
Can you see the one? Right, there you go. So that's got the right size nut on it. Now remember which way to unloosen?
Anti-clockwise.
Anti-clockwise, well done. All right, so try doing it anti-clockwise instead of clockwise. All right, so let's just do, so if you bring that down, sock it down like that.
Yeah.
Put it on like that and pull it towards you. Pull the bottom towards you.
God, I'm so weak. I did the knot earlier. Whatever you call it.
Nut.
Knot, yeah. Yeah, good one. 10 hours later.
Okay, shall I crack that one for you?
Yep.
Okay. All right, so it will be tight. Okay, fair enough. I'm going to let you off of that one. That is really tight, which is a bit worrying because it's me that did it up in the first place. Oh, right, there we go. Right, that's cracked it. Now, do you want to have a go from here? You've got gloves on. You need to undo that, but what's going to happen is oil is going to spurt out. Do you want to give it a go?
Yeah.
You can touch that. It's not too warm.
And I dropped it.
All right, okay. Now hold your hand because you've just put you're dripping oil on the floor. So drop it. That's it. Yeah. All right. So you can see it all coming out there, and our sump plug has just fallen straight into the oil. But do you know what? It's best if you don't do that, but it's not the end of the world. Now, in terms of the jobs we've got to do for a service, I have made this nice, easy tick sheet, so we can go down the lists and then tick it. So there's the 3 month, 3,000 mile, 6 months, 6,000 mile, the annual service, and then the every 2 years. I tend to do everything once a year because I don't use the car very often, but we can work our way down. The first thing on here is top up the dash pot. Over this side, we have got the carburetor. Now what this does is this is a fuel pipe that comes in here, so this takes the fuel. This big black bit here takes in the air, and then the carburetor mixes the fuel and the air before putting it into the engine, which creates the explosion from the spark plugs, which are over here. Maintenance wise, what we've got to do in here, we have got an air filter in there that we need to replace once a year, so I've got a new one there. We can do that in a sec. And here we have got the top of the carburetor, and inside we've got something called a dash pot. So if I take the lid off of that, you see there's a plunger, yeah? And then if you come round and have a look in there, you'll see inside of here, there is a smaller ring inside, yeah? So that's the working part, the moving part of the carburetor, and we need to just make sure there's a little bit of oil in there that causes just a little bit of resistance. You've got the bottle, and for this we are using the Penrite dashpot oil, which I usually use. And then can you see in there? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we want to squeeze a little bit, a few drops of oil, but what you don't want to do, let me just take that away a second. Right, see that ring down there?
Yep.
You don't want it higher than that ring.
Right.
Okay, so you want to just drip it into the middle. Right, so just a few drops. Happy with that?
I think so, yeah.
Right, I'm going to check. Oh, I think, actually, you probably want a light in there, to be honest with you, to make it a bit easier for you. I think you could probably have a few more drops in there. Right, try it with a light.
All right, nice.
Because then you can see what you're doing.
I went way over.
No, don't worry, I'll do that every time. Right, I'll get some kitchen towel and we'll just mop up the rest.
Quick hair check.
Done a bit of mopping, so there's the dash pot there. Yeah, so balancing on there. So you want to grab that. And that now goes into there. Actually, before you put it in, just give it the end of it a little bit of a wipe over. Lovely. And then we're going to pop it back in there.
Yep.
And it's going to be quite stiff to push down, so just nice and slowly. No, slowly, it's fine, you don't have to rush it. Nice and slowly. Okay, and then righty-tighty. No, righty-tighty, honestly. Lovely, let me just check that. Okay, a little bit tighter maybe. Cool, okay, next thing, air filter. All right, so that's in here. If you come around here, can you see there's what we call a butterfly nut, which means you don't need any tools. Yeah, can you see this?
Yep.
Okay, so we need to undo that. Undo is which way? Not that way!
Oh.
I do apologise. I will feed him more Weetabix.
There we go.
Oh, amazing. How did you do that?
Sheer brute strength of my muscles.
And then we want to take the black cover off. Oh, it's kind of come off anyway. Go on, just take it off and there'll be that's it. And there is the air filter. All right, now that again is just sitting on there nice and loose, okay? And to be honest, it doesn't look that dirty, does it? It's not too bad. But anyway, we've got it off, so we've got a brand new one, so we're going to pop that on.
It looks just as dirty as this one.
Yeah,
look.
It's slightly cleaner. It is slightly cleaner. In fairness, that is actually really clean. I've seen them a lot worse than that, but that is brand new. That is clean. So it probably, in fairness, didn't need replacing, but you know, we've got it off. They're not that expensive, so it's all part of the service. Line up the shapes. Remember, you were good at that when you were 3.
Yep, when I was 3. God.
Now, on our checklist, what's the first thing on the list?
3,000 miles.
Underneath that says...
Okay. Top up dash pot.
Okay, so we've done that, so you can put a little tick in that column. Further down the list, we've got replace air filter. Okay, so you can tick that one because we have done that. We have just missed off the clean and lubricate the carburetor controls. All right, so the carburetor was which part that we've just been working on?
That.
Excellent. Okay, so the controls, we have got 2 cables coming in. All right, that one comes from the accelerator pedal. That one comes from the choke control in. So the controls are around the back here. And can you see that moving there? If I move that, that's where the accelerator is, yeah. So we just want to put a couple of little drops of oil on around there. A drop of oil in there, all right. It needs to be a small amount on that side.
That side, oh, all right.
That's it, lovely.
Okay. Yeah.
And then further around, we've got our choke control. Let me just try and move that.
Okay.
So that's it. Now we can tick off lubricating the carburetor controls. As you started doing, you brought the oil from underneath the car and we need to tip it into a container. All right, so as you see, there's a lip there.
Yep.
Yeah, so we're going to use that lip. Now, don't forget, you have dropped the sump plug and everything in there as well. So in this is a filter, okay? So hopefully that's going to catch everything. All right, so once you start tipping, tip. No. It's all over the floor.
Don't.
Lovely. Okay, so we've drained all the oil that sits in the bottom of the engine, but we also have up here an oil filter. So that sits in that sort of cylinder there. So that was going to be full of oil as well. So we do need to drain that out, but that can get quite messy. What we're going to do is just, if you just give that a wipe around there, I think all the oil has sort of dripped out, but just anything that's sort of hanging around, we just give that a wipe off, make sure it's nice and clean, and then we can move our bowl underneath here. Okay, so this has lots of elements inside there. There's this bolt that goes all the way to the top, there's washers, there's springs, and there's a filter inside which is full of oil. So as we start loosening it, oil is going to come out all over the place, but we need to make sure we catch it in the bowl, but we want to make sure we don't lose any of those elements as well. So I might have to jump in, but let's start by slowly undoing it. Which way do we do to undo it?
Left.
Okay, you are now tightening it, which is a bit worrying because it should have been tighter than that. All right, now, before you make sure you don't thread any of these nuts, you need to make sure that is on square with it, okay?
Yeah.
All right, so you want one hand up here to make sure it's
Yep.
in the right place, that's it. Okay, so that is starting to come loose, yeah?
Yeah.
So keep going. See if you can turn it because it's then by hand, because it's then a little less cumbersome. Now, by the looks of it, what's happening is the bowl itself up here is going to stay in place, okay?
Yes.
Which means all the oil is going to come out from where this bolt, you're about to undo this bolt from, okay? So what I suggest you do is stop with this now, okay?
Yes.
So move that out of your way, all right? With your hand, keep your hand to one side out of the way, and yeah, undo it by hand, yeah? But just try and keep it. Can you undo it by hand? Or is it too
Yeah,
tight
I
to-
can.
Yeah.
It's easy.
But what I don't want you to do, I don't want oil to suddenly start running down your arm, okay? So that's it, yeah. And then as it comes down, you want to just move it towards yourself quickly. Right, okay? And don't drop it in there, yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave these both open overnight to make sure they are fully drained, and then we'll have a look at this filter, put the plug back in, and then we can refill at a later stage.
So that's all we got time for in this episode. Join us next time where we'll continue the service on the Morris. Bye.